Welcome to Collecting Nostalgia,
the show where we profile collectors.
Ashley, who are we profiling today?
Today we...
Me!
So Ashley, what's so great about this Jason Senn guy?
Well, Jason Senn has a pretty impressive Star Wars collection, and also some different pop culture bits.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, let's go look at it.
I want to see it.
I try not to get stuff off the internet. I like to have a story to my stuff. I like to go to conventions. That's where the celebrities are that sign autographs. I like to meet the vendors that sell the stuff. A lot of times it'll have stories to it. It was a piece that they had that they, just aren't feeling connected to anymore, that they let it go. And it's all about the hunt for me. It's all about getting bang for my buck. I want to get it for less than it sold for in the retail store. For all practical purposes, I'm cheap. There's a lot of time into this, but it's time I enjoy. It's time spent with my son, with my dad. It's time I really, it's not wasted time to me, but it's something I really enjoy doing. I like walking through conventions or digging through bins to try and find the stuff I want. Now the autographs, on the other hand, they are what they are. You can't negotiate with a celebrity, to get the autographs. When I started it, they were real reasonable. They were right around $10 for an autograph, and you get the time with the celebrity, and I didn't mind that. The autograph is the secondary for me. I pay for the time with the actor. I wanna meet the actor. I wanna have the one-on-one. I want him to tell me something that other people don't know, or I want him to do something for me that other people don't get by just seeing the movie. One of the ways I found to do that is I check the Internet Movie Database. I try to find something obscure that the celebrity has done that a lot of people don't know about. If you can get that, the celebrity will find, this is a fan of mine. This is not somebody, a fan of the character that I've played in a Star Wars movie or in another movie. That's big for me. You grab their attention and they will give you stuff that you wouldn't normally get. You usually get the handshake and the, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you, that kind of stuff. But if you want details, if you want to feel like a friend with them, you've got to find something that they've done and make a connection with them in that short amount of time you have. Star Wars for me, it's a total break off from the real world I live in. Back in the day, people played cowboys and Indians. We played Star Wars. We would run through the neighborhood and pick up sticks if we didn't have lightsabers, and we would battle with lightsabers. Or we'd make guns out of PVC that were blasters. If the toys weren't made, we made them, and we reenacted Star Wars as kids. My mom was a single mom from when I was 5 until I was about 12, and I don't know how she did it. If you'd have asked me when I was 5 and 6 years old, I felt like I was rich. I had all the same Star Wars toys and the He-Man toys and the Transformers and the G.I. Joe. I went through it all. Me and my father are two peas in a pod. I mean, we like the same stuff. We like fast cars, action movies, sci-fi. We really have spent a lot of time together since we've reconnected. Episode 1, right before it was ready to come out, my dad had sent me a box of small Star Wars figures. And it kind of threw back my childhood for me, I opened up the box and I was like, wow, this be like when I was a kid, at Christmas time, your parenting figure gets you toys for Christmas.
I think the collection is really cool. I enjoy it. I enjoy watching Jason do it. I know growing up when we would get gifts, we always wanted the toys. The toys were always the gift to get, the clothes, the sweaters, but we like the toys, so I really enjoy helping them collect. I always wanted to give the perfect gift, the one that would endear him to me, because we were separated for a while. And so I saw the Star Wars, we both had that in common, and so I thought that would be the perfect gift this year, and I grabbed a bunch of them, gave them to him.
A lot of times my dad's gone with me to a lot of these conventions, and he'll have input too. And now my son's getting to the age that he goes to these conventions with me, and he meets the actors and the celebrities, and they tell him stories. And man, it is great having a little one being a collector because you can get really good deals on stuff, and the celebrities love little kids. There's really two good reasons. If you don't have a kid, go find you one and take it to with the convention, because it's awesome. The rest of my family, they're okay with it. It's always an inside joke. They love to tease me about it. Any opportunity that something comes up that they can tease me about my Star Wars collection, or especially playing with dolls, they jump at that opportunity. Oh, I'm gonna keep collecting. It's just in my nature. If I see something that reminds me of a movie or a movie that I like, as long as they keep making new movies and new stuff comes out and they make a toy or a statue or an autograph to sign a picture about it, I'm gonna get it.
1977 was an important year for pop culture. It was also an important year for the toy industry, and for the same reason. Star Wars! The Star Wars toys that came out that year were... What? No Star Wars toys came out that year? Really? Just a cardboard box. Huh. The Star Wars toys that eventually came out that year changed the toy industry forever. They were small, just under 4 inches. And you can thank Kenner and the oil crisis of the 1970s for that. In a way, Kenner's Star Wars figures were the first modern action figures. Before that, they were much more doll-like. Take the Penguin, for instance. Mego was a huge toy maker of the time. Of course, Jason Senn would probably like that, since he loves dolls and such. So you can thank Kenner and George Lucas for many of the toys that eventually made their way to the toy shelves in the 80s. G.I. Joe, Mask, even Master of the Universe in terms of influence as well as revolutionizing the toy industry. So thank you to all of those involved. Yeah, you have this room full of Star Wars stuff and lots of figures, autographs, figures on both walls, pictures. So I'm going to go down and we're just going to talk about a few things here. Can I pick it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. This is actually, well, watch me take his head off. Now, tell me about this. I'm going to talk a little bit about your house real quick. Did you build these in, or were they already here when you bought this house?
No, it was completely designed with the Star Wars theme in mind. Okay. I had a crew come in and do the room, but they left one evening when they were done, and they came back and these shadow boxes were cut in. I told them that's what I wanted, so they just had to work around it.
Spit on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to do that. All right, so this guy looks like the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, I don't know. Hasbro really fell short on making the Chewbacca's. This was another one I wanted to put together. I had the Han. I've bought 3 different Chewbacca's. They made this one. It's called Chewbacca in Chains. It's when he was handcuffed, you know, in the first one. And I really had no interest in buying a Princess Leia except to put this shadow box together. So I had to hunt that one out too and get a Princess Leia to go in here. You can't get it off? We gotta get it off.
Oh.
It's gonna bother me now. Take it off.
Here we go. We've been talking about a lot of the figures that, or the dolls as you call them, I refuse to call them that, that Hasbro has made over the past 20 years or so. But these are vintage. These are the Kenner figures that came out in the, these would be 80s, maybe late 70s. But you've got Darth Vader here, Boba Fett, and the Stormtrooper. Tell me about these guys. Where did these guys come from?
These have all come from conventions also that I found just in boxes, you know, digging through stuff, asked people what they want for them. I knew they were old. They're completely incomplete. They're missing a bunch of pieces. Somebody has made, reproduced the pieces, you know, to complete your old vintage figures if you want. And I keep checking the website, and they're constantly sold out. I'm
loving the fact that the Stormtrooper's so much smaller
yeah.
than both of these guys. I mean, that's almost 2 inches.
Yeah, and probably in the realm of, you know, it being a quarter scale figure or something is more along the lines of like 2 feet.
Aren't you a little short for a Stormtrooper?
If his head comes off,
I'm just going to run out.
If his head comes off, we'll just glue the helmet onto his shoulders. It is Han.
All right, so these, you said, are actually the figures you had as a kid.
Yeah, most of them.
Most
yeah,
of
some of them I had to.
So you found some of them, but what was your favorite one?
The whole story seems to center around Darth Vader. I like Darth Vader. And then, you know, Boba Fett was always a big one. So those two, pretty equal.
Not attracted to Princess Leia?
No, not particularly when it comes to the movie. I had started my Star Wars collection, and I'd met a friend of mine, and he said, I still have my original Darth Vader Star Wars case with all my figures in it. And I said, really? I'd like to see it. So he brought it down and showed it to me. And I went and was talking to my mom, and I said, I had one of those, and she said, I still have it. She had, when I had lost interest in it, and that's one thing I try to do with my son now. He's got the whole Pirates of Caribbean, the ship and all that. When he lost interest in it, I collected it all up. I put it all away, that hopefully if he's interested in it again, just like my mom did with me, we'll bring it back out and he'll be shocked that I saved it, you know, because he doesn't even know it's missing now.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Why?
I was at Disney World, and it was the only one they had. It was just, I had to have it. It looks plastic, but it's not. It's actually squishy. It's like foam rubber or something. And
can we bring him down? Can we squish him?
Yeah, I think we can squish him. I think you go ahead. You're taller than I am. So.
Am I?
Well, it's questionable.
Your arms look longer than mine. It's yours. Jason, just do it. Folks at home, Adam, if you could hold this, you would be feeling exactly what I'm feeling right now. That doesn't help, but he is squishy. Right here, these hairs. What dead baby animal make the hair?
I don't know, but yeah, this thing brings a whole new realm of creepy to Star Wars creatures right here.
I'm going to crush his head. Was that awkward enough?
Do you feel better?
Was that awkward enough?
Do you feel better now?
I do. I do. Who's the master now, Yoda?
Master, you are not.
Nah, that's creepy, man. I don't want you doing that whenever I'm holding the Yoda. Actually, I kind of like it. After I squished his head, I feel a lot better with
You do feel good.
You're welcome. He's terrible at crunches. I don't know why you want to show off for her, because she's not that attractive.
You know, I've often wondered, as close as these two are, maybe Chewbacca is a woman. We don't know.
Can we check for teats? Am I the only one? I don't know if we're going to get any milk out of this Wookiee. It's actually a Richard story. Never mind, forget it. Oh, I don't know as many facts like Ashley Rayburn. I don't know that many facts. What's his name? The character? Or her? What is it?
Opus Rancis.
Did Clive Barker? Did he design this one?
No, that's a Jedi Knight.
Like when you comb your hair with the blender. But this one is a fantastic shot, and I don't know whether he's screaming. It's a war cry, or if he's singing. And I would like to think that he's yodeling. I didn't notice he has really cool dreads.
Yeah, he's got really cool. He's like the leader of the Wookiees.
I wonder how much he spends on deodorant. He's definitely a spray-on guy. Greedo, very coveted. Was that a long line to get Greedo's autograph?
Actually, there's 2 autographs on there. 2 different people had played Greedo.
2 had to play Greedo because Harrison Ford killed the first one.
Right.
Greedo didn't even pull a gun. Han just shot him under the table. Did you think he shot first?
Yeah, Han shot first. Definitely.
Oh, totally.
Han shot
Yeah,
first.
See?
I just wanted to see your perspective on it.
There's no perspective. I got the hard, cold facts.
Yeah.
I opened the cold case file.
And Han shot first.
I saw
That's
it
how
out.
Han rolls.
Yeah. Right here. This is actually Heavy D and the boys. This guy, what's his name?
Zuckus.
One more time.
Zuckus?
Zakkus? Mm-hmm. Do I have to say it with some kind of an accent?
Zuckus.
Zakkus? Zakkus? And he's, is he a villain on the show?
Yeah, he's bounty hunter.
Okay. Well, that doesn't automatically make him a villain. I think you're being kind of biased.
Yeah, well, sorry. He's trying to kill Han. Would that make him bad to you?
Yeah, no! Oh. Han is a terrible person. Have you not seen the movies?
Yeah.
And you said he breathes methane?
I think that's what it was, yeah.
So
be
basically
held
this
to that.
whole contraption he wears is just so he can breathe in his own farts. Okay, and this guy, this is one of your favorite Star Trek figures because, right? Because you're a big Star Trek guy. And I was wondering where all your Star Trek stuff was. And so this guy, he fought William Shatner in one of the first Star Trek, right?
Really?
He likes this. This is nice.
Oh, his eyes are rolling back in his head.
Oh,
I think
that's
you're
good.
getting ready to put him to sleep.
Here we go. Night, night. What? Okay, what is this?
That's a do-back.
Okay. What size diapers do you think Yoda wears?
4 or 5?
Do you think he likes cinnamon in his applesauce?
I don't know.
Whenever they pulled him for the role of Yoda, what nursing home did he come out of? Do you know? Yoda, what kind of species is Yoda?
Yodanese.
It's a puppet. That's right. He's a puppet.
So, what would be one item that if you could have it that would just finish this collection? What's the holy grail that you would love to have in your collection?
Man, it couldn't be one item, Ashley, but any real prop replica or prop that they'd used in the movie. I would love to hold a piece of that history. I would love to have that in my collection. Lightsaber, model Star Destroyer, model TIE Fighter, anything like that that actually came from any of the movies would really just, be something that I would really highlight my collection, that I had something from those movies.
If you weren't collecting, like, where would that energy go? The energy that you're putting towards collecting, where would you put that energy?
And that's a good question. I mean, it would go towards my kids. It would be 100% devoted towards, my wife and my kids, my family. I'm a very, strong family man. I really enjoy my family. I love to go to the kids' sports and all that stuff. So it would go towards them.
Considering your family's safe, what's the one item? What's the piece that you would run into a fire for? What's the piece that just is the most important part of your collection?
Okay, listen. I'm big into safety. Really, listen, people. Do not run into a fire for a toy, please. All this stuff. I mean, for me, it would start over the collection. If all this got burned in I'd get to start over. I would get to go to these conventions and look for stuff again. Please do not run into a fire for a toy.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Collecting Nostalgia. We had a great time hanging out with Jason and his family today.
Yeah, we sure did. And you never know. The next collector that we might profile could be you, viewer, somewhere out there. Keep joining us and you never know. We might show up at your house. Until then, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Ashley.
And this has been Collecting Nostalgia. See ya.
Well, I mean, they got clothes on them. You could, they are dolls. There's no way around it.
So you're not ashamed to say, I'm Jason Senn, and I love dolls.
No, I'd prefer to say something else. With that, when you say it that way, it sounds a little,
I do want to say, I think there may be some people that are climbing into bed with these guys at night and sleeping.
That'd be a
right
rough
by their
night's
head.
sleep with someone, whoever decided they're pretty sharp and they come on and start, giving you voices. These aren't the droids we're looking for and stuff like that. Might wake you up in the middle of the night, but perhaps.
I have terrible, terrible jokes to go with what he just said. I want to say them all, but there's kids in the house.